In this video, we're going to be talking about how Technoblade and Dream will escape the prison. Now, before we get into it, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get 300k, so please make sure that you are still subscribed. With that being said, enjoy the rest of the video. Now, we saw around a week ago that Technoblade went to visit the prison. He had a book from Quackity saying that he was allowed in, and Sam guided him all the way to Dream's cell, only to then lock him in with Dream. So currently, we know that Technoblade and Dream are in the same cell, and they don't really have any ways of getting out. The walls are fully obsidian, and they are laced with mining fatigue, so there's literally no way he could just mine out unless he's patient enough, and knowing Technoblade, he might just be patient enough to mine out. So that is maybe one of the ways he may break out, but we have to take into account that there's lava all around that cell as well, so even if he does break the walls, then what does he do? One of the main things about this stream that we saw was that Technoblade gave Phil a will. A will is basically a book or a piece of paper which declares where the property will go to after somebody has died. So if this person had a sword or something like that, then they write who they want that sword to go to, and that person will get it after their death. And Technoblade creating one of these means that he already knew that the whole thing was a trap. We've never seen anybody on the server creating a will before they go to visit the prison. And I assume the only reason he maybe did this was because, one, he knew it was a trap already, but also because last time somebody went, which was Tommy, they ended up dying. So this seemed like a safe precaution to do. Now, this will probably won't just contain information about where his property goes to, but maybe a way or an instruction on how to get him out of this prison. And the main way I believe that Technoblade will escape this prison is via an ender pearl stasis chamber. If you didn't know, you can throw an ender pearl into some water which has bubbles in so it rises, and the ender pearl will just bob at the top of the water and it won't teleport you to it, and it will just stay there until you need to be teleported to it. And the way you get teleported to it is via cutting off the water source or just placing something on top of the ender pearl so it like connects to a block, and then you'll be teleported back to that place. Now, this is very useful. It's used in the prison as well. Sam uses this to get to the front entrance and places very quickly, and is used as a sort of security measure in the prison where if somebody presses one of the buttons, then all the guards and everyone get teleported straight to one area, and then they can go and secure the prison. And Technoblade and Filza have set up one at their house, and also the Syndicate has a few of them in the Syndicate room. So it's definitely easy for Technoblade to have an ender pearl in one of these ender pearl stasis chambers, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Now, a lot of you did mention how if he dies, then the ender pearl stasis chamber won't work and the ender pearl will kind of just get broken and it won't teleport you back, but I only believe that happens if that ender pearl is actually rendered in. If you remember when Technoblade started running off towards the prison, Phil's actually logged out, which means that the area where the house is wouldn't actually be rendered in because nobody's near it, meaning that the ender pearl wouldn't be rendered in, and I'm assuming that because of that, the ender pearl just stays how it was whilst Technoblade had died doing the checks in the prison. Now, I can't guarantee that this actually works and that if the ender pearl isn't rendered in whilst you die, it just stays the same, but that's what I believe to happen. But if that's not the case and Technoblade can't get out of the prison via an ender pearl stasis chamber, then how else is he going to get out of the prison? Well, he could make a deal with Quackity and Sam where he offers them a favor or something on them lines. I'm sure Las Nevadas would really need somebody like Technoblade to be on their side, especially if they end up having wars or anything like that. Having Technoblade in Las Nevadas would be a very big thing for them, so maybe offering a service or something like that would be a big potential to allowing Technoblade right out of that cell. But we also do know that Quackity does want to actually kill Technoblade, so maybe getting Technoblade involved with Las Nevadas and eventually using Technoblade and then killing him might be the best option for Sam and Quackity. But I also asked you guys for what your opinions and theories are on how Technoblade and Dream will escape the prison, and this is what some of you said. The book that Technoblade gave to Filza was the plan to attack the prison and let Techno and Dream escape. In the will, there will be instructions for when Phil is meant to use the ender pearl stasis chamber, and Dream will write everything in the book so Techno knows how to help Dream escape the prison. Technoblade knew he would get captured, and the will book he gave Phil gave him instructions on floors in the prison, and Phil gets Wilbur on board because Dream will be using his favor to free them, and Wilbur sees Dream as his hero, so he will help, and the rest of the Syndicate will reluctantly help as well. If the TNT causing Tommy to be stuck with Dream was Techno, maybe somehow Techno knows a way out. Also, Techno mentions that he has friends now. I think these could somehow break them out, or Sam or Quackity might check on him, causing him to escape. Techno's spawn is outside the cell. He'll just die and open the prison. Now, this is actually a good thing as well, but that would also mean Technoblade would have to lose a cannon life to do this. But if he does do this, then he could actually hide on the other side of the cell, and when Quackity or Sam goes to check on Dream and Technoblade, he can jump out of them from behind, because we know if he's on the other side, he can't really just turn off the lava or anything because he will need a key card from the prison guards. So if he just hides on the other side and they won't expect him, then maybe he could end up killing one or two of them and getting the guard's key card and getting Dream out of that cell. But I think that's about everything. Please make sure to drop your theories down in the comment section because I probably will be making another theory video sometime this week, and make sure you are subscribed.